To change the healthcare arena, clarification of the seafood export issue, and a student of Walter Parker Primary is one of the best spellers on Grants Bahama.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news tonight, the conversation on the decriminalization of marijuana is gaining more traction. The nation's Attorney General, Carl Bethel, says that due to the proximity of this nation to the United States, there are no plans to legalize marijuana here in the Bahamas, while it is still criminalized by the U.S. federal government. In this report, a Bahamian who is now having major success in the medical marijuana field in the United States shares his experience and views on how legalization can help Bahamians. CEO and founder of Proper RX Collective, a medical marijuana delivery service located in California, Elliot Hepburn, is looking to help change the healthcare arena in the Bahamas. Hepburn says that his fight is about bringing options to the Bahamas that he sees available to his clients in the United States.
I get a lot of calls from here, emails and direct messages from mothers who are in a situation where they're trying to do what's best for their kids. Be it autism or epilepsy, no mother wants to deal with that, and when they know that there are options elsewhere, that creates somewhat of a burden on them, and I'm trying to prevent them from being in situations like that, continuously advocating for their rights and for the rights of their young ones.
Hepburn says that he caters to patients with a number of ailments, including cancer, epilepsy, autism, and HIV/AIDS. While the current conversation surrounding medical marijuana focuses on the smoking aspect, Hepburn says that there are a number of options that can provide tremendous benefit to patients.
People take daily synthetic meds, painkillers for a headache here and there. Women take a whole host of different painkillers and stuff during their monthlies. All of those things are bad on the kidneys. So with the options being that they are, I just want to make sure that they don't have to do it. It can be a soak, it can be a topical. The whole conversation isn't about smoking. A lot of focus is on smoking, but that's just one of the applications of the medicine. There are many applications for it that don't involve you lighting anything and smoking anything.
Talk about some of those options.
Edibles, tinctures, tonics, all of those are beneficial. All of those, like for a cancer patient, I wouldn't encourage a cancer patient to smoke. I don't sell them smokable products. We sell them stuff that are edible and that will be more focused on their specifics.
As the debate continues here in the Bahamas, he says he wants to be a part of the conversation that will shed light on the many benefits of medical marijuana. The industry is already a multi-billion-dollar industry and is only projected to continue to grow in the years to come. And when it comes to the local potential,
endless. Especially if we were to allow something like medical into the Bahamas and also have a system of reciprocity where we recognize doctors' recommendations from different countries or different states, then I think the cannabis tourism will be huge in the Bahamas. People already expect that when they come to the Caribbean, but now we could actually turn it into an industry on the medicinal side, still on the medicinal side, because you have patients that travel, and when they travel, they need their meds when they go to other countries. So I think that could be of huge benefit. And just the commerce, it's a global economy now, and this is a global industry. Companies on the stock market, companies trading around the world, public companies. We need to have our shot at all of those things.
Proper RX was established in 2010. Greater clarity tonight on the issue of seafood export by locals and by United States visitors. As Italia Hall tells us, concerns are developing regarding deep-sea fishing as well.
That there's more than enough supply in the country.
The Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Renwood Wells, says, based on the current relationship that exists between the Bahamas and the United States, U.S. citizens who fish in Bahamian waters can take 6 conchs, 10 crawfish, or 60 pounds of fish back to the United States. He says regulations are in place for Bahamian citizens as well when they are traveling to the United States, but it is a bit different.
The restrictions are supposed to be the same, but again, from what I've seen from the Customs Department of the United States, if it's just a Bahamian going back to school and is frozen 20 or 30 conch and they going back to carry it, they sort of just, the understanding is, well, you're a Bahamian, you're taking it for, so they allow you to be able to take that to wherever it is that you're going.
But the minister admits that there is a problem when it comes to foreigners fishing in Bahamian waters for large fish, also known as pelagic fish. He says he's working to fix that issue soon.
We do have persons who fly in, and the current regulation says that they can carry out 18 pelagic species at any one point in time. Now, what are pelagic species? Bluefin tuna, yellowfin tuna, the blackfin tuna, the wahoo, the swordfish, dolphins, mahi-mahi, those kinds of things, mahi-mahi, dolphins. Those fish fetch a very high price. You take, for instance, we're allowing someone who comes in and says, I'm a sports fisherman. I can carry out 18 bluefin tuna. Bluefin tuna goes anywhere from $15,000. The last one was sold for, I think, the highest price ever fetched was over $100,000.
He says the goal is to reduce the number of pelagic fish that can be taken out of the country.
It is my desire for the Bahamian people to get into the export of pelagic species. I've said this now over the course of my entire political career. And until this happens, I'm going to keep singing. Bahamians are only fishing in the shallows. And we're going after lobster because it's easily caught and it fetches the highest price. But we're shortchanging ourselves. And so I'm looking for ways that when the lobster season is closed, that the Bahamians will be able to get out into our ocean and harvest the resources.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
In other news, Grand Bahamas' newest tourist attraction is expected to make the destination more marketable. The $1 million all-Bahamian investment is unfolding just as the government moves closer to sealing the deal for the sale of the island's anchor property. Sabrina Brown reports.
The investors in this zip line.
Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, is satisfied that Grand Bahama's economy is turning around, and he says investments like Pirates Cove Zip Line and Water Park will help to put this island on a path to sustainable growth.
We are here today to celebrate the fact that Grand Bahama and its tourism infrastructure is indeed alive. It indeed is a good place to invest, and it is a place where a decent, healthy, profitable return can be made.
He commended the Bahamian investors for filling a void in the tourism sector and for taking ownership of their economy.
One of the things that we know that we have lacked in this country, and particularly here in Grand Bahama, is touristic experiences for our guests. This is about going out into the world, looking at the experiences that exist, and coming back home and applying what you've learned to create an indigenous experience.
President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Roll, says Pirates Cove will not only attract visitors to the island, but also Bahamians looking for a fun vacation experience.
That same money one would spend to buy a plane ticket, travel, rent a car, and drive for hours to go to Disneyland can now be spent right here. Buying local. Buying local, shopping local, and now entertaining in a big way locally.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition continues in just a moment.